Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today, this week on Water Cooler Wednesday. This live stream is brought to you by Opus Management Consulting Group. Make sure that you visit our website at www.opusmanagement.us. While you're at it, if you find value in today's stream, we'd appreciate you following us on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, or LinkedIn, or simply tell a friend about our live stream. This live stream is about topics that are trending in business apps, ERP systems, social media, and marketing, all pertaining to the Opus management divisions of Opus Apps, Opus X Apps, and Digital Workplace Designs. Each week, we deliver the best topics and business expertise in the industry. Today, I'm your host, Jeff Bodker, client account consultant for Opus Management. So, today's topic is going to be customer experience management. Customer experience management, that could mean a lot of different things. But if you think about it just simply, many companies have some sort of customer experience when you go into their store, right? And so this can be the way the colors are on the wall. I'm kind of thinking of Starbucks as I'm thinking of this, the greens, the earth tones, right? They have the chairs, the scent, right? Whatever the coffee is in there. And then the tone the manager or the staff sets when you're walking through. So if you're greeted right away, right? Hey, how you doing? Or if you're a repeat customer, hey, Jeff, how are you doing today? That sort of thing. Kind of the way it all encompasses and makes you feel, right? So I remember, speaking of coffee shops, I remember as a teenager, a long time ago, going to a coffee shop in San Diego, and it was called Experience Coffee. Literally, the brand and customer experience was in their name. And when you walked up to their, it was kind of like on a corner in a really nice brand new kind of Mediterranean mall. There was a lo-fi music playing. There was outdoor seating with umbrellas. There were sago palms. All these things were kind of right, creating this customer experience, right? And so on top of that, you had a artwork that was hanging on the walls that was like palm trees and had pictures of Balboa Park from San Diego. And then also you had that aroma of coffee along with that friendly staff and music playing, right? So this all played into the coffee experience. And one of their signature touches, I'll never forget, was when you got your coffee. Of course, they called your name, but you went up and you also got like a small piece of chocolate. So it was like, a little piece of chocolate wrapped in a little foil. And so that kind of made it, kind of gave it that extra touch. And really, for me, maybe it wasn't the chocolate, but maybe it was just everything kind of kept me coming back as a loyal customer as a teenager. And then I eventually got friends and family to join me as well, just because this was before, Yelp reviews and all that kind of stuff. So you just kind of had to go by word of mouth. So customer experience may be different for everyone, right? So for instance, you may be somebody that is introverted. And so maybe you just want a cup of coffee without the fuss. You can order online, or if you're a grocery store, you could use the self-checkout. But those who are extroverts and enjoy the human interaction, it maybe makes sense to have a different experience. So maybe that same experience that I had going into that coffee shop and really, kind of engaging all the senses, what maybe not the best thing for someone else that really just enjoys their alone time and that sort of thing. So, how is this customer experience managed, right? So I mentioned Yelp reviews, analysis of Yelp reviews, right? So talk about having a bad customer experience. It's far harder for companies nowadays to get back up on their feet after they've had a couple bad reviews, right? So making sure that you're keeping on your toes. Sometimes customer experience is managed by surveys, right? So you may have had a survey recently or maybe you have like a secret shopper at your particular job. I remember a job I had probably a decade or so ago where people would come in and if they had a survey to fill out, that survey would kind of take a role in how they would customize that customer experience, but also, maybe a coaching moment for the employee to help them do a better job in the future, right? So customer experience, according to, if you look it up in Wikipedia, is, customer experience managers work to improve the services offered by a business by better understanding the needs of the customers. They analyze customer interactions and feedback to develop solutions to these issues. So I can think of an example when I wrote my first Yelp review. I was living up in Portland, Oregon, and I was at a coffee shop, not a coffee shop, I was at a bagel shop. And I walked in and I placed my order, and I just, there was no follow through with the order. They were talking behind the counter, right, and all this, and so just a really bad experience overall. And so I went on Yelp and I wrote a review that made sense for my experience there, and then they corrected it. So, followed up, I wrote a follow-up review that was honest, and I just said, hey, since this happened, normally I wouldn't go, but their bagels were so good that I continued to go back. But they were able to correct that. So that was a way that they managed it through Yelp. And then today, there's all kinds of artificial intelligence to help with this process. So it's been nice to be able to walk into a restaurant, get that red carpet service and experience. And chances are this came from data being analyzed on how well staff was greeting people, quality of cuisine, timing of service, and ambiance overall, right? And so I know that what I've done since I've joined Yelp is I've been able to write really great reviews about restaurants and other businesses that I've been in. And then additionally, I was in Best Buy not too long ago, and I bought something there. And you get a little survey in your email, how do we do that sort of thing? And I know this plays into their customer experience management as well. And I was able to write a really great review. I had purchased something, and I had a really great experience with the customer service, the from the greeting going in the store to the products to the knowledge, and then the follow through with the salesperson was just really great. So, again, Yelp is a wonderful way to do that. And then, of course, social media, right? So if you've ever checked into a restaurant in social media, many of us have, Facebook, chances are you were sent a request for review. Kind of creepy. Maybe you went and checked into, throwing it out there, some pizzeria, right? And you went to a pizzeria and it was really great. But now, Facebook and whoever else wants to know this information, so you can have the opportunity to write a review if you want. But again, this is just one of the many ways that customer experience is managed, to gather all the data from there to look what they can make improvements and change things up. So, in closing, driving to a new city, I often have friends that will suggest nostalgic restaurants, and for them, it's, I went off a recommendation once, and I was back east somewhere, and I really didn't care for the place. But what I almost always do now is I'll Yelp it, right? I'll just try to check it out on Yelp and see if, in fact, this is something that I want to either go to and enjoy or maybe skip. And so just making sure that you have all the best options, Yelp is a wonderful, powerful tool to go in and get this customer experience under your belt and just kind of find out, hey, is this someplace that I really want to go to? Or is this somewhere I want to skip? Or if I did go to it, can I maybe do my own Yelp review, follow up on that if I wanted to? So I hope that you enjoyed today's segment of Customer Experience Management and Water Cooler Wednesday. We look forward to seeing you next week. And again, my name is Jeff Botker with Opus Management.